As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. And he's going to run it back. Slips through the line. He's got it out. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give from the gun. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that...
Right down the gut of the field. At the 30. The 10. Into the end zone unimpeded. Except for that piece of laundry on the field, this might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive. Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You're set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A low line drive and short kick. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Offense set on first down. Dropping back, it's Lagway. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Had to get rid of it quickly. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because, Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here's the return. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They turned to the passing game on 3rd and short. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Dumps it to the back. And they can't connect a costly turnover on down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some movement.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to the Coyotes. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
This offense has a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He'll pull it down and run. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the 1st down. Just so hard to defend.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quick strike complete. Got room at the 35. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 21, Kansas State 0.
The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Rice. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He'll let it go down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell a quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7.
Texas, 21. Kansas State, 7.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Set to advance on the football. Texas.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David, the offense. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Ball in the air, intercepted. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Past the 45. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
He'll take it himself. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Kansas State.
And this is why I love having a quarterback that can make plays. I mean, he's so dynamic that I give him the ball and design runs like this, and you got to guard the whole field now. You got to guard everybody because he can still throw it, and he walks into the end zone and gets the big touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away.
Texas.
But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
These guys aren't human beings. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Back to the quarterback. Trying to burn this defensive back. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Longhorn! And once he got loose, it was all over. The trickeration, the flea flicker, the gadget plays, such chicanery and shenanigans and duplicitous dealings from this offense. David, how do you describe it?
Well, first I need a dictionary to understand what half of those words mean, but I kind of go with the Statue of Liberty. That's easy to understand. It's got more meaning behind it than just football. The Statue of Liberty is by far the best.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Now on the move. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Powers through the defender. And the Wildcats brought to the ground, but not before first.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try the middle. That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They've been running it, but now the pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field around midfield, going for it the wise move. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Here comes the Texas offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were...
Snags it inside the 20. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure coming. Got enough space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas! This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs in quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins, and this is the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's sharp. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
On second down, looking again to throw. Oh, and the ball is wiggled free near their own goal line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling up for a massive fumble recovery.
Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Longhorns trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Texas 35, Kansas State 14.
The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half.
Texas.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
Kansas State offense will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking. Very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it, because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Across the 25, he's got room. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Get it out on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Tackled, but he has a first down. Kansas State quick to the line.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. On second down, just keeps firing. Makes the catch. It's Rice. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
He has the first and still on his feet. Off he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the route is on. Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UNLV is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by 11 to Fresno State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Looking to go up top on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Rice.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Second down coming up. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you break out the hit stick. When you come and that guy gets struck and he goes backwards, that's how you bring it.
They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Sharp. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
Using his feet. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. In your own territory, fourth down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. Kansas State really has this drive rolling.
Slide 22, Terrier.
Off play action on first down. Unleashes one deep. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
Quick release by the QB. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Texas 42, Kansas State 14.
And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Looking to throw on second down. Quarterback floating away from pressure.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Gonna take a shot. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the extra point was good. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Sharp. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13.
First and 10.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll line up for a second down play. The give. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback moving. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
This defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Tosses it incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Rice. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for him.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He's got his man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. He unleashed that one. Some serious spin rate, some revolutions on that one.
Want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm. He takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
Going up top on 1st down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Got his man on the right. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Longhorns heading quickly to the line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
He's going to take off. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Makes the grab on the left. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you've got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football.
And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. He's back to throw on second down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. One little time, lets it go. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. On 4th down, looking to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Into the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's taking a deep shot. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snatches it on the right. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the punishment has been extended. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 4 over Western Kentucky. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Comes out throwing on first down. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And
the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Quickly out to the tight end.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. One more play to pad the stats. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Coming after it. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary.